For me, I think that, when we go to school, it's so deadline oriented, and it's so, you have this homework and you have to have this test taken by this time, and it's so, everybody focuses too much on the grade, where, you have a class like IMI that's so open-ended that it isn't necessarily about the grade, even though you do pass or fail the class. I mean, it's mostly about, you have an opportunity to go and focus on things that you care about and that interest you, and having that freedom to go your own route and not have a deadline makes the process more enjoyable. And I think it's more about the process more than anything. A lot of times we're so focused on the end goal and not the process that leads up to it, because it's so stressful. And this class allows you to like the journey and the result you get out of it.
I guess for me, there's a lot of choice through the media program here. Like when I first came into the high school, I didn't really know what to do. I played golf, and so luckily there were so many opportunities that were presented to me, whether it's like making videos for NBC 2.0 or getting involved in like helping other people like develop their projects. And I feel like NBC 2.0 was a great way for me to kind of branch out with the bogeyman and like incorporate golf to making videos, but then also being around so many other people who are making so many different stuff really kind of helped me develop my skills as well, because then it's not like I'm only working on Premiere editing. I'm also around people who know how to do Photoshop and who know how to do other stuff, so it like kind of branches off of that. It's much different from other classes because it is very student-led. Like especially NBC, but like also just integrated media. Like you have so much help from your peers. It's not really like a teacher teaching you how to do something. Like you learn stuff from the teacher, but it's also you're learning stuff from your peers and people sitting around you. And I feel like that kind of like connection, where it's not like you're learning from one person, you're learning from like a whole bunch of people, really kind of helps you develop and learn new skills easier. And you can incorporate that into like what you're interested in.
When I got into IMI, I had no clue what the class was. I just knew it had to do with like media and creating videos and stuff. And it took me like a week or two to figure out what I wanted to do in the class. And you helped me once I figured out what I wanted to do. You helped me a lot with like how to get to that point, and like where to go from there. I feel like what I've done in APL has been recognized and appreciated, and even like the last year I was in IMI, I was able to help, using my prior knowledge, I was able to help like you and Drew and like Jack. I was able to help them make it better, and I was able to get feedback from them as well to make me better.
Yeah, I think it's a great space to be in, because when you're encouraged to take risks, you don't know where you're going to land. And that being, you try a lot harder, because as high schoolers, we don't know where we want to be. We might not know what major we want to be in. We might not know what job we're going to be. But this class is an opportunity to see, do I want to go in the media field? You have Photoshop, Premiere Pro, all these different things you can use to create all sorts of media. And this is a great opportunity for students to see where they want to land. I feel like I could push my boundaries, go outside what I thought I could do, and accomplish things I wouldn't have tried before. I would have never tried to shoot all sorts of videos, have 3 different camera angles, edit audio, all this different stuff. I never would have tried that if we were just told, shoot this video, get this footage, that kind of idea. So I think having no boundaries, not necessarily no boundaries, but having no limits to the possibilities of things you can create makes you want to see what you can do with the abilities you have, and makes you want to increase your skill set so you can produce better productions.
It's just fun, and especially I think in some cases other classes can really stress you out or get you in a bad mood, but then it's like, oh, I get to go to IMI. And it's one of those classes where you feel comfortable with the people around you and you feel comfortable with what you're doing. And it's just something you get excited about every day.
Yeah, like it's the kind of class like where it's definitely like the main class that everyone looks forward to. It's like, oh yes, today I get to go, and like Ella was saying. And it really, I think it like captures the essence of work hard, play hard, because like you work really hard on your project, you get stuff done, but you have an awesome time doing it.
Yeah, I think you learn things and you get to make things, but you don't realize, like, it doesn't feel like learning because you're having fun doing it and you're like focused on making something that you like and that you had fun with, so you just learn things on the way.
Yeah, and I think that in like, if it's, okay, sorry. It's like in geometry you might learn trigonometry, but in IMI you learn how to collaborate with people and you learn, how you learn life skills, really, just how to persevere, how to problem solve, that kind of thing.
In this class, it's so unexpected. Like, you sit down and you think, oh, someone's going to teach me how to do, like, all these things. But you sit down and, like, the first thing is you're on your own. You're going to work with your friends. Like, I'll show you what you need, but adios.
It's not as scary as you think, though.
It's not like you sit down and you don't know what to do. It's you sit down and it's like, what do I want to start with?
Yeah. I think the first day he establishes, like, hey, I'm here to help you, but you're here to, figure things out and work hard, play hard, that kind of thing.
I'm going to admit, on the first day, I came in here miserable. I sat down, and the first thing Mr. Connor said to me is, Lily, you don't look like you want to be here. Actually, no, he didn't say Lily. He said, Schmeichel. Schmeichel, you don't look like you want to be here. And I was like, I don't. He was like, how's your day? I'm like, not good. Like, that's the first thing he said to me, and ever since then, almost every time I walk in the room, all I hear is, Schmeichel, how are you doing?
So at the beginning of the semester, so I never took this class prior to this year, I got the opportunity to both report and anchor, and those are like completely different from anything I've ever done. I never thought I would get to learn so much about a specific topic and be able to research and tell the entire school about that. And also being able to anchor gave me the opportunity to learn more about different stories and how different teachers or different students around the school, what they're accomplishing and what they do every day. I really like that because normally in a traditional like elective class or any other class, you'll have like your teacher say, you have to do this and this is your deadline, but I was able to work at my own pace. And I was able to find projects along the way that interested me. I wasn't like forced to do a certain thing.
Well, I think there's a lot of you're able to do so much that you're given a lot of freedom. And I think that's kind of what I found really interesting about it is that, you have someone who is constantly reassuring you about all the opportunities you have. Like, last year I wanted to do a podcast, but this year I'm more into like reporting and graphic design, but like I wasn't penalized for changing my mind. It was welcomed and embraced. And like I also think that like it's important to like have a place where you can kind of like have that creative outlet, and I feel like I didn't really have that in like other classes because I'm not really like artistic per se, but I am in like the way of like sports and like talking about like statistics and like just talking about like things that I find interesting, like basketball. Like I can do a lot with that, like if I know like it's about something that I'm really interested in. And I think that's been like a great opportunity for me to have and like find myself getting in this class. I think that I've learned a lot about myself, actually. I feel like last year coming in as like a freshman, I was really insecure and pretty shy, and I couldn't really talk to people that well. And I've started to realize that, like it's not about like necessarily talking to people, it's about like using like what you have. So like I've learned that like I can be like a sociable person, like I can do so much more. Like I'd never, like I'll look at like some of the stories I'm writing and I'm like, just like, how did I do that? Like it's kind of crazy that like I could, like I went to the sideline and I did like interviews with these like players and coaches, and I just think that's like really cool, and I've learned so much about like I can put myself in these uncomfortable situations and I know I can thrive in it because of like some of the stuff that I've like learned. And I've learned like, you know, like how to communicate better, like what I'm actually interested in and what I kind of like don't really like stuff. I can kind of do whatever I want because there's so much like freedom in it. And like I can talk about like all these sports, and I can interview players, and I can do all this, and I feel like I'm taking initiative on like projects and stuff, and I'm like finding myself becoming more of like a leader, and it's helped me tremendously, just not only like in the journalism sense, but it's helped me a lot in like sports. Like I've gained more confidence in myself, like because I'm like putting myself into more uncomfortable like positions, and I know I'm gonna get better from them, and like it's helped me like in my like relationships with people. Like I'm starting to become more like transparent, and I'm starting to like understand like, oh, like I need to tell them this, you know, so I can like move forward and like get stuff done. And I feel like it's helped me a lot, and I've learned a tremendous amount just about, you know, who I am, and I've started to really like come into my own like version of how I want to represent myself. I'd say that like it's kind of crazy like the opportunities that you kind of have in the program and the environment you're in. Everyone that's in the program, like in the journalism program, or like is taking an integrated media class or is creating something for NBC or Chronicle or Sports Radio. Like my experience at least has been that, you know, they're all welcoming new ideas. They're not gonna like shoot you down unless it's like you're endangering yourself or embarrassing yourself, then they're trying to protect you. But like I think that everyone has kind of the mindset in like the culture that like, you know, if you try it, what's the worst that could happen? Like people will like it, some people won't. They encourage you to persevere, and they encourage you to keep trying and keep doing just like whatever projects you want. Like if you change your mind, you're welcome to change it again and to keep going, because they don't care. They just care that you're enjoying what you're doing and where you're at. I'd say that, you know, Mr. Connor, like he does a great job of just like telling people that it's okay to kind of fail, to try again, and he encourages like new ideas. And you can come to him with like, I've come to him with like problems I'm having like in the program or like in my personal life, and he's helped me and given me like sound advice about stuff, and I've taken it and I've like implemented it into stuff that I do. And I feel like, you know, his support has actually just helped me kind of reach a new level of like a mindset. Like, you know, like I was struggling pretty hard last year, like adjusting, and I feel like, you know, just having like knowing that, you know, I can come into Mr. Connor's room today and, you know, he's gonna greet me with like a smile, and he's gonna make a joke or something. It's gonna make me laugh. And, you know, I just knew I always had that, and that kind of just encouraged me, and it made my day. Some days, you know, when it was kind of rough, because I was still kind of adjusting, and, you know, sports help you to adjust, but, you know, you have to find like an environment that you're comfortable in. And I feel like, you know, Mr. Connor and like the team has like at like Sports Radio, NBC, and Chronicle, they've kind of helped me like find an environment where I'm comfortable to like express myself.
So ever since I was in middle school, I knew I wanted to go into the journalism field. And when I got into this class, like I just had so much support, not only from Mr. Connor, you, but from all of my classmates too. And me being able to choose my own path, I think really helped me, because I wasn't forced to stay in the guidelines, and I could break out and do what I need to do, which was what was best for me.
It's really nice that I can come in here every day and decide what I want to do, whether I have a project in mind and I can like go and film and start to edit and work on that, or if I just need like a little breather from the day and I can just like hang out and talk to my friends. It's like a nice chill environment, and you can always have something to work on. but it's not like your math class every day you have something to do because you are in charge of what you're doing. I was like, oh, like this is something I want to pursue and work on. And with the help of them, I was able to figure out like Premiere and learn how to edit. With the help of like you, I could figure out the camera and equipment, and I could just start working on all that. And then from that, I mean, I obviously started off okay, but then really it was like the mentors in the class, the older kids, that you could go back to them and say like, how can I make this better? Or they would just give you feedback and say, this was really good, but for the next time you could even do this to improve it. And then that really helped me like learn and like grow from watching other examples and even watching other kids work. I'd be like, oh, they did that really well, and I could like try and put it in my own videos when I was doing it. So as the years like went on, I realized that, oh, like I constantly was learning more stuff I can do and improvements, and then I became more confident because I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing now. I don't need to rely so much on others. I could just focus more on myself instead of constantly like bothering other kids. And then it really just helped me like feel confident because at the end I was able to produce something all by myself that I really needed like a lot of help with in the beginning, and I couldn't do on my own at first. Yeah, I think it's really rewarding because I know when I was a freshman and brand new to the class, like I didn't know what I was doing, and I remember the kids that helped me and that helped me get to where I wanted to be. And now when I can help someone like accomplish a project they want to do and it end up, whether it's posted on YouTube or the broadcast, it's like really nice feeling because I know they're proud of what they're doing, and it makes me like proud that they're proud in their own work.
And as someone who is in the journalism class as well, I knew that this was something kind of in my career path, but I walked in and it was almost like a broadcast journalism class. So I was free to do any type of sphere of broadcast journalism that I wanted, whether it was photos, whether it was print, whether it was editing, whether it was videography. And I just learned so many skill sets that, you know, in a technology class where I'm not a technology person, I loved it. It was just very different than what I was expecting.
I was terrified first time. I figured out I was supposed to do stuff on my own. I like when a teacher say do this and do this, but then Mr. Corner kind of gave me a kick and said, we had to go down to the choir and take some pictures, and that was kind of a kick for me to like, I can do this. I know what I want to do. And then we did the Spirit Week together, and that was nice to do something I wanted to do.
I get to pick things that I like and things that I enjoy filming and editing, instead of just having a teacher be like, you have to do this on The Great Gatsby, when maybe I don't enjoy The Great Gatsby, but I've got to do things such as I took pictures of Spirit Week and I love doing leadership and dressing up, or I got to take pictures of a football game and I really enjoyed that school spirit aspect. And so I got to choose my own path and my own interests, but also combine it with the class. It's definitely nice because both of us came in new to Mason, and so the very first day of this class, Connor gave us a list and was like, go outside, take pictures, and you get points. And you just send us out of the classroom. And it was, one of the prompts was, if you're taller, take some picture of someone who's taller than you. So Clara is like a lot taller than me, so she just like, hey, can I take a picture with you? And then, you know, that started a kind of like a collaboration where we've done, she's helped me with my editing skills, I've helped her kind of with videography and stuff like that, and talking to the camera, getting more comfortable, but also almost an accountability piece, like, hey, you know, let's get our work done, let's do this, and then we can have fun. So that's kind of nice.
I guess being in the class and having like the opportunity to do anything is like kind of scary at sometimes, but it also gives you a lot of freedom to choose what you want to do. So like once you find your niche, you can like take it as far as you want to go.
I also was kind of nervous about just like doing whatever you want, because I guess we're kind of used to just having like structure, but I feel like we were able to adapt after a few days or like weeks and figure out like what we really wanted to do, so that was good.
Well, I guess when it comes to like stepping up with older kids, I was like a little shy about it because I'm the freshman, the underclassmen, and getting the opportunity to like lead older kids kind of gave me a sense of like leadership and like strength, kind of.
Yeah, we were a bit nervous about like telling them what we wanted them to do and like guiding them in some way, but I think it was a really cool experience to just be able to talk to them about what was needed to make like a good teacher feature.
Like now that we got the opportunity to lead the older kids, we feel like we can go out and do like bigger stuff than we did before. Like at first we were just doing teacher features and like behind the scenes and behind the camera and just like talking with the teachers before we started filming, but now I feel like that we could take on a bigger leadership role.
Yeah, I also agree. It just gives you a sense of like, I can do this. And I think it was just an eye-opening experience.
I guess I came into this class and I kind of thought I was going to mostly be about like reporting, and then on the first week you're kind of like you can do whatever you want, and I really like that. So then I like making tier lists and that kind of thing, I guess. So we teamed up and I just thought we could make some, and they were really fun to make. You can do like whatever topic you want. So I think we made about 3. I liked it.
I thought the tier lists were really fun. It was something we both like to do. We get to pick a topic we both like, and it was really fun working with Nolan throughout. And it was really nice to have our own freedom of making any type of video we want. Like our first video was a juggling video, and we changed, and then we went into a different type of videos to making tier lists.
Probably I learned first when we made the juggling thing that it can take a long time to make a good video, but you kind of just have to it's something you just have to keep doing, and you get better at it as you go along. Because I didn't have any experience with any videos or anything like that before, so I mean, we made the video and it turned out fine, and then over the course of the semester I feel like I definitely got better, so that's what I learned. Just gotta keep doing it.
Yeah. I would say I like working better. It's better working with someone else. It's more fun for the experience is much more fun, and it's easier to do the project better like that.
It was especially good to be able to work in a group or with a partner, because if you're new to the class and you don't really know how to do something, Anish was good at editing and I was good at script writing, so we were able to make some good videos like that. So I think it's good that you can choose.
I feel like coming into this class, we were able to pick whatever we wanted to do, and we would come up with ideas and pitch them to you, I guess, and then you'd be like go ahead, do them, and we'd have total freedom to do whatever we wanted to do. And especially the 3 of us being in this class together, we were able to I feel like talk more on things because we already knew each other, and we would be able to I guess really know what we're figure things out together, I guess. So it was a lot easier to do it together, I guess.
I feel like for me, I really aside from the fact just with freedom, I really just enjoyed coming to this class because I feel like I was able to just work with my friends and just let loose and just do the things that we enjoy in this class.
You could do everything at your own pace and do everything that you basically wanted to do. I mean, checking with you to see if your idea was good. You were always fine with everything. It was a chill, fun class to be in.
So our project that we did with the kids in the hall, it was a longer process, and I felt like we were able to take our time with it and take days off, like you said, but also the days where we really got to working on it. And we actually, since we didn't have a designated due date, we got to put everything that we wanted into it.
Yeah, it's not stressful at all. In other classes having due dates, you don't have any due dates. You can just, well, make sure that it's still good. Don't have to do any of your projects, but it was still fun to do.
I feel like with not having the due date, we were able to like actually take the time and like make the video how we wanted to, and like take the time to make it as well as we wanted to, especially with us. Like, I kind of knew how to use some of this stuff, and probably so did they, but we really got to like know how to use like Adobe, and you taught us how to do the sound stuff with music. Like, we were able to like really learn how to do it to make our video like the best that we could. Like, it was also like we were able to learn, but we were also like having fun watching like ourselves in the videos, and watching like, especially with kids in the hall, like listening to like kids' reactions to stuff.
I've been working on a guitar production video, so I've been practicing every day because it's what I wanted to do. So I've been practicing guitar for 3 to 5 hours every single day for the past 2 months, and I've been able to produce what I want, and it's been really fun. You know, it's not anything pressuring. It's like what I want to do, and I can also like put down my own Instagram account and all that kind of stuff. It's not pressuring. It's like I can produce my own story the way I want to do it. Yeah, it makes me feel more free, like more, I want, like, it's something that I want to work on more and more. It's not like, you know, I want to put it aside. I kind of want to work on it every single day. It's like, it's really awesome, to be honest.
Yeah, I just feel like it really allows you to follow your passion, right? Follow and choose something that you like and are passionate about. And it's not like normal school where, you know, when everybody has to do the same thing, right? You can do something that you like and you want to do. And you can pace yourself however you need to be paced, and you're not being pushed or held back. I feel like it really just allows you to be yourself and go at your speed and do something that you are passionate about and want to do. So I'm really into sports and football, right? And fantasy football. So I just decided to make a fantasy football podcast to help out other people, you know, if they need some deciding on a player or two about their fantasy football lineup, just to do that, and I really enjoyed it.
So when I first got into integrated media, like I didn't know like anything about media. Like I never have really like taken a class like that before. Even though there were like opportunities in middle school. And so when I first got here and Mr. Connor was like, oh, you can do like whatever you want. You can do podcasting, you can edit videos, you can try to be a part of like NBC. I really liked that because it really gave me like my own course and like path. So like I didn't have to like go like a certain way, like how some teachers like you have to do kind of stuff. And so I first got into like, I thought it'd be really cool if I tried like making my own video and like editing it. And that was kind of like, that was hard for me, but like I got through it most of the time with like help with Mr. Connor. So I liked editing videos, but I found out that I liked podcasting more because I would listen to a lot of like podcasts on like criminal cases and things like that. And so I was like, oh, well, why don't I just like make my own on like cases that aren't really like talked about a lot? Because there's like a lot of like famous cases like the Zodiac killer and like things like that. So I wanted to just get into like more cases, talking about like ones that maybe not well known. And I thought one of my friends that would join me, Julia, she would be really helpful with that because it's like having someone else to talk to, and it's also like talking about something I'm interested in. I really enjoy it because it's actually something that I enjoy, so I feel like it's something that I like work harder at because I'm actually like interested in it.
Well, so like I really like this class because like before this class even started, I didn't really know anyone in this class, and then I met someone that like I really liked and we wanted to work together, and so like we could have chosen anything, but we both agreed that we like sports, and so we wanted to do something with sports, and so he went to go to the football games and take pictures, like he liked to do that, and then I wanted to like edit and make videos, like hype videos, because like I always used to watch them on YouTube, and I thought that would be fun to do that like by myself like that. And so like we made like a good group, and then everyone else in this class, they can do like whatever they want to do. Like if they like to just like make videos, if they want to like go to other sports games, like they can do anything. Like it's not like a grade. He just wants you to like learn something. It's a lot different than like other classes. It took me like a little bit to get used to, but like after a while it just kind of took like its place, and like it was like really fun because even if you messed up then it was fine. But he just wanted you to like keep on going with it and that you could get better yourself.
First off, I decided that I wanted to kind of do something with sports because I like sports. So went to the games, took pictures of football and basketball, which was really fun because you get to go on the sideline and kind of be up and close with that. And then you kind of just get to do whatever you want with those and like use your imagination. So like me and a friend, we did like collage videos and all that, but then other people will do like Instagram posts and stuff for that. And then there's other people in the classes that will do like Kids in the Hall and that kind of stuff. And then just kind of get to do stuff with media that's very fun and very like loose, and you get to do kind of what you want to do and follow like what you gravitate toward.
At the beginning of the year this year, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and it took some time to like brainstorm. And then when I figured out what I wanted to do, it just kind of led the whole semester, because I started off with my videos, and it was really fun to make, and seeing it get published and seeing all the views, it's just like really exciting when other people get to see the stuff that I made, and the fact that I made it by myself, like with your help, it's just rewarding in a way. And I had no idea that I would be making a broadcast at the end of the semester, and I just had a lot of fun this year, and with it being very independent, I think that made it like more fun without like a lot of the teachers' help. Like you're here when we have questions, but you don't do it for us. It's a little scary at first because you don't know what you're doing, and me being a freshman and not knowing anything about this class made it harder at first. But then like going on NBC and seeing what people have made before just like sparks some ideas, and like when you're using your editing softwares and like you learn something new or you create something that's cool, it's just like, wow, I did this by myself, and it's just really fun that way.
I did my own project and I chose what I wanted to do, and I did it all by myself. And I really I took my time and I did what I needed to do to get it done and to get it good. And I just it was easier for me to do it by myself, and I could guide myself along and make sure that I got what I need to do to get done. And it's a very free-flowing class, I would say. You get your projects done by yourself, or you can work with a team, and it's just you guide and then we follow and we just do whatever it's you teach us what we need to do to get it started, and then we continue and we do the projects. You know that you can get it done, and you trust us to get it done, and you trust us to take care of the materials and get everything done right and do it how you want to, because there's structure and you teach us that.
So being a student in integrated media, you can do pretty much anything, really. Mr. Khan gives you a lot of opportunities to do pretty much just about anything. If you want, for me personally, I'm involved in sports radio, so if I need to work on a broadcast to prep in here, I can do that, and then I can do it outside of class. But you can also, if you're interested in podcasting, you can make a podcasting in his class. He has back rooms you can use. If you're interested in editing, he has plenty of computers that you can, do any graphic design. So you can just do pretty much about anything, just any sort of media, whether it's sports media or digital, or you want to make your own videos. You can do just about anything in here, really. Yeah, it's pretty self-driven, really, in this class, and it's all, it's what you want to do, really. It's not like, if the teacher tells you got to make this project and you got to do it this way, and it has to be done this certain way. You can make your own thing and have it be your own idea, and just kind of have your own spin on anything and just make it creative so it fits your way.
I'm in charge of what I do, and I've been given the opportunity to create podcasts on the YouTube account for NBC 2.0 and do things I never thought I would be able to do. So for me, fantasy football, I've always been interested in recording and talking about fantasy football, but I never had the platform to share my creativity and my knowledge. So Mr. Connor gives you, he obviously has the computers. He can help you on anything because he's a really smart guy. He knows a lot of stuff about all the editing platforms. So if you need any help of any sort, he can help you out. And but in the end, I get to create whatever I want to create.
And this class allows you to like the journey and the result you get out of it.